This is a special podcast presentation from 700WLW.com. This is Casey Boland on demand.
Casey Boland's with me now. Casey's with Hangold Capital Management, as you ought to know by now. And good morning, Casey. How you doing?
Good, Mike. It was an interesting article I saw. Headline: Americans feel better about their finances. And, I'm not completely surprised by this. I mean, the market's got up a substantial amount. Unemployment has improved, so people are feeling, good about their finances.
But then within that article, apparently, I guess the average American thinks they're much more financially savvy than they actually are.
Yeah, there's a real disconnect, unfortunately. 81% of the respondents gave themselves a very high score when they were asked to evaluate their own financial knowledge, and this has to do with they were asked 5 questions testing financial literacy, some basic concepts. But there's a bit of overconfidence here because only 37% of the people were able to actually answer 4 out of the 5 questions correct.
Really? All right, then which was the toughest question for them?
Well, the question that still stumps everybody over all these years has to do with how bond prices act when interest rates move. So it looks like a teeter-totter effect. So I think people have a hard time grasping that concept when interest rates come down. So one end of the teeter-totter is coming down, the other end is going up, which actually increases the price of the bond, so it increases the value. But at some point, we're likely to see interest rates go up, which is going to hurt the value of bonds, so that's going to hurt the return. But people have a hard time understanding bonds. They understand stocks a whole lot more.
Right. And then I think I've read this somewhere myself, just the idea of compound interest or just the interest you would pay on a loan that people can't necessarily grasp, and it was, suppose you owe $1,000 on a loan and the interest you charge is 20%. What are you paying?
That's right. And the question that had to do with those terms, if you didn't pay off anything, how many years would it take for the amount to double on the loan? And the correct answer from a multiple choice standpoint was 2.4 years. Actually, it's 3.6. But 2.4 years, that's the answer. Most people guessed it would take a whole lot longer for that loan to double, so compounding is something still that people really struggle to grasp. And while I'm glad that people feel good about their finances, the survey indicates that financial literacy is not where it needs to be in making everyday financial decisions, unfortunately.